Back here at Hershey Park, riding one of the coasters that I dislike the most, Skyrush. Do you really want to hurt me? But to make it better, I'm wearing a shirt of a ride that's even worse. Do you really want to make me cry? So let's see how it stacks up. Skyrush is the bane of my coaster existence. It was high on my bucket list, and I was looking forward to it being the best coaster in Pennsylvania before my trip in 2018. But there was always that one caveat, that asterisk, those lap bars.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way.
Most people put their hands up on coasters and let the lap bar do whatever it wants. And usually that means click down until it can't anymore. I always hold the restraint up on every coaster, no matter what coaster, with the exception of single position lap bars. You know the line, don't staple me, bro. It doesn't just apply to ride-ops, it applies to the coaster too. Those positive G moments will staple you unless you hold the lap bar up. So I'm thinking, who cares about the bad restraints? I'll just hold it up. And then I wrote it.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Holding it up did not help at all. I got 2 back row rides and each was equally terrible. I ended up with searing thigh pain on the brake run. I declared that Skyrush sucked, and then I moved on. So I guess just got off of Skyrush, and I don't get it. I really don't. For one, the worst trains ever. In order to dispatch, they have to staple you in order to get the green light. I got a wing seat in the back row, and it was super rattly. And they take like 10 minutes to dispatch the damn train. Yeah, that wasn't good. Sitting on the brake run with the lap bar crushing your legs. No. I'll try it again later, but yeah, I don't think this ride's for me.
2 hours later.
We rode Skyrush again, second time, and the last time. I think everyone agrees on that. No more Skyrush. Whoever designed those trains should not be allowed to design roller coasters or roller coaster trains. It's just not pleasant. And on top of that, the layout's not even that good either. The drop's okay. But if you'd have told me before the trip that Skyrush would not even make my top 50, I would not have believed you, but here we are. Skyrush, not good. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. And all my viewers either told me to shove it or totally agreed with me. And a lot of people gave me advice for how to ride it. 2 years later, and I came back to Hershey Park for more. I got 2 more rides on Skyrush, and I walked away with a different outlook on this coaster. This is round 2 of my battle with Skyrush.
Still go, I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go.
Red Slayer Rides, Meme Central, and QYs all have questions about Skyrush. Why do you hate Skyrush? Will Skyrush ever not suck? Would you rather ride Skyrush 100 times or Green Lantern 50 times? Okay, so first off, obviously Skyrush 100 times, because Skyrush is actually a good ride. It's in my top 100 or like right around 100. So is it ever gonna be a good ride? It is a good ride. It's just not like a top 5 elite ride. I think that it has some good forces, but it's like just super overrated. I had a lot of great options for Intamin's most overrated coaster. Is it the tall, intense, but kind of boring Giga Coaster at King's Dominion, Intimidator 305? No, I feel like my issues with this ride stem from my personal preference for airtime over intensity, so I don't think it's overrated. How about the leg amputator disguised as a hypercoaster, Skyrush at Hershey Park? If this ride had better restraints, I think it would be elite. And if the restraints don't bother you, then that's just great for you. I don't know what kind of freak of nature can tolerate those lap bars, but those people are out there. Especially my pick for the #1 worst restraint. And no surprise at all, my #1 least favorite restraint is the Skyrush Thigh Crusher. This comes down over your head and digs into your legs. Superman's U-brick kills the airtime, but it doesn't hurt. This kills the airtime, and it crushes the nerves in your legs. Skyrush is known for its aggressive airtime, and I felt all of those negative G's in my legs. You never want to dread a great moment of ejector airtime, but that's what I found myself doing on Skyrush. God awful. Number 3. Skyrush at Hershey Park. Before 2020, I wouldn't consider it overrated. I just hated the restraints, and I figured, hey, if they don't bother you, then I'm sure the ride is great. But after 2020, when I got some pain-free rides, I realized that the ride has a lot of filler track for as many good elements as it has. It also wanders around a lot, and it doesn't have a lot of track length to waste. For a ride ranked in most enthusiasts' top 10, I would expect something a little stronger than this. I do enjoy riding Skyrush. It's just not a top 50 coaster. It's barely in my top 100. Number 15. Skyrush at Hershey Park. I had to get this into the list, or else I would have people coming to my door with torches and pitchforks. If you look at the coasters above it on this list, a number 15 ranking doesn't look so bad. I think the coaster has a few good elements: the drop, the first airtime hill, and the switchback hill. And the rest is either filler, or the lap bar is down so far that you're too staple to enjoy the elements. Skyrush is aggressive, which is why it gets so much praise, but I think it's way overrated. Number 13. Skyrush at Hershey Park. There are a lot of pros and cons with Skyrush. Check out my thoughts on this polarizing coaster in my apology to Skyrush video. And one of the things that's super noticeable is how much the train shakes on its long drawn-out turns. It does have an excuse for this, and that's because it has wing seating. Those seats that hang off the side of the track are more prone to vibrating, and you see this with the outside seats of X2 also. But in addition to the lap bar smashing your thighs, you get to deal with a bumpy ride in the wing seats, which makes Skyrush that much more fun. Number 12. Skyrush at Hershey Park. For those of you who think I hate Skyrush, just look at all the coasters that I rank lower. Skyrush has a few redeeming qualities that makes it a coaster in the top 25% of all my credits. Good drop, great ejector hill, good cutback. That's pretty much it. Throw in a lot of filler track and a painful lap bar, and you have a halfway decent hyper that could be so much better. Why can't Skyrush use the same lap bar as Velocicoaster? That's what I want to know. Maybe one day. Hershey Park, the sweetest place on earth. Load up on sugar and then ride some insane coasters. This is one of the biggest independent parks in the world, and they sport 14 coasters, some of which are among the best in the country. But let's put that aside. Shut up for 5 seconds about painful lap bars, and look at the stats. Intamin takes a lot of chances, and not all of them pay off. There were a lot of good choices for Intamin, including some of their tallest coasters: Intimidator 305, Millennium Force, King Dakar, Hyperion, and one of their only wooden coasters, American Eagle. But there's only one right answer here. For my money, the most polarizing coaster in the world, Skyrush at Hershey Park. The controversy focuses around the lap bars. Some people are not bothered by them at all. Others think they're the worst thing that Satan ever delivered to Earth, straight up from hell. And if you're like me, you aren't all that impressed with the layout either. But the lap bars are the difference between this being a top 10 ride for some, and a bottom 10 ride for others. The very definition of polarizing. String of bad luck and things trying to get in my way. Only one explanation for that, and that is the curse of Skyrush. It is trying to ruin it, but I will not let it happen. I see a Skyrush. No amount of Amy screaming, Wildcat Revenge RMC breakdowns, or bad weather can keep me away from you today. I'm coming for you. Is it weird that I'm walking around Hershey by myself, just taunting coasters? Feels kind of weird. Come on, Nemesis. It's time, let's go. Alright, I officially rode Skyrush twice. Once in the back right seat, and then again in the second row middle seat. And I'm ready to officially announce that this is the most overrated piece of crap I've ever ridden. The lap bar wasn't even that big of a problem in terms of pain. It just killed all the airtime. Most of the ride is filler. In the back, I did get thrown around a little bit side to side, which was kind of cool. In the front, that didn't happen. So rough in the back too, at least in the wing seat. Just the rattle's insane. Airtime moments are okay, but they're just absolutely murdered by the lap bar. And I kind of had a higher opinion of Skyrush after my last time in 2020. And now I gotta put it back down again, because I just don't get the hype for this thing. It's terrible. This right here is the face of pure evil. You suck, Skyrush lap bars. So the girls are on their way over here, but car won't start. What's that? Skyrush. What are you doing to me? Alright, 4 miles there, 4 miles back. So, everyone's gonna want to know what you thought of Skyrush. What'd you think?
I think it was rough but fun.
Rough but fun, yes. I put her in the good seat, like the mild seat, which was row 2 in the middle. And even that was pretty bumpy, even though it wasn't as extreme as the back. But yeah, Sophie, not a fan of Skyrush, right?
Yeah.
Like father, like daughter. Alright, well, seemingly out of nowhere, we got hit with a rainstorm. Yeah. Sophie, what happened?
I don't know. The sky is crying.
The what?
The sky is crying.
The sky is crying. That's as good an explanation I ever heard. So that's why I put a damper on our plans, because it's raining pretty hard. Number 6, Skyrush, an Intamin Hyper, opened in 2012. One of the most polarizing coasters in the world. I'm sure at least half of you watching put this at number 1. This is all about intensity and ejector airtime. A cable lift hull rocketing the train up 200 feet, dropping at 85 degrees, twisting to the right, and going to a layout full of airtime hills and sweeping turns, covering 3,600 feet. The elephant in the room here is the lap bars. Skyrush has very weird 4-across wing seating trains, having lap bars that come down over the rider's head and it shows no mercy. It comes down and digs into your lap, and the first time I went to the park, I hated them with a seething passion. Over my last 2 trips, I have learned to tolerate them, though they do kill all the great airtime the ride has to offer. I've come to realize the ride has a lot of filler track, something it really can afford given it's not that long, and if you sit in the wing seats in the back, you're gonna get shaken up. I'll end by saying some nice things. The first drop in the back is awesome, so is that first airtime hill, but after that, you get a lot stapled. I also really like the last switchback hill, giving some good laterals with those negatives. That's why it's up here at number 6. But with Hershey Park's deep lineup, it can't crack the top 5. S. Skyrush. Just kidding. Let's start with Schwer des Carnen at Hansa Park.